Dangerous craps. Dice game. Craps. Shooter strategies. Taking advantage of the weaknesses of the casino. Oh, you know it. That's the way we do it. Welcome back, guys. Don't waste any time. Let's get this thing going. We'll do this new set here. Come on, roll. Yo. Okay, it's a speed session. It's a little bit hard to go speed on the stack, but we'll work it. It's short. Trying to get back to back yo. You want to actually get this thing 2 to 3 inches away from the wall. This is the close one. We'll work here. That would have been a money hit right there. C1, bet one, you know. So I like the kiss. Oh, one. Oh, one. Hope everyone's having a good day today. I haven't really had a chance to get to the dice, man. Shit, I was wanting to go down there today, too. You know, things got a little hectic, man. Couldn't get down here. Oh, 1, 5. Toilet, bowl, mix up. Cadillac point. Cadillac. So a point that comes back as a Cadillac, you better believe it, especially you got them 10 times odds riding. Ooh, daddy, you better believe it. Come out, roll. That's a little strong. 5, 1, 6. Two. We got one of the hard ones out of the way. Just cover the spread, huh? Yo. We're gonna say it looked like a good roll right there, I like. That's the way the dice are set up right there on the yellow, so. Hey, what are you doing, Bo? Is there anything to mess up Dad's concentration, huh? A little short. Ooh, we like seeing that 3. Like seeing the 3. Like seeing the 3. See if we can. Hey! Come on now. Sorry about that, guys. Let's do that. Just playing this ball. Trying to get a speed session in. 4, 3, 1. Oh. Four, deuce, 6, point. 4, deuce, 6, point. Okay. Come on, roll. 12. I mean, dang. What are you doing, boy? Actually, I want to roll. Bo. Come on. Shut down, brother. Sorry about that, guys. I'll get on my roll, man, over here. Come on. You know, that's how it goes. Five, Cadillac. Wanna kiss back, Cadillac. Kiss back, Cadillac. That one was right there. Guys and gals, that was a kiss back, Cadillac. Point. Kiss back, Cadillac. Come on, roll. Okay, we need a, got that side. We need a 8, 9, 10. That's deep. Shit, I just messed it up. Chance of that went out the window. 7, 6, 1. Come out, roll. Do it too. You see that, guys? Do it too strong, man. Do it too strong. Arm got away from me on that one. Sometimes it gets that way. You know, I mean, you're talking about finessing this stuff here. You know, your arm. You know, controlling your arm speed. That short. Something to think about. Oh. Can't throw an 8, 9, or 10, guys. Just, you know what I mean? Can't throw 8, 9, or 10. Unbelievable. Wow. Looks good. 8, ho. And it was. 8, ho. Hold short. 6, 5, 1. Easy. 8, 5, 3. Now I thought that looked like that was coming that last roll too. That 5-1. It was right there. One on the 4, 4th point. Not 9 or a 10 to be found, guys. Not 9 or 10 to be found. Not happening, I guess. Come out, roll. Looks good. 3. I like the depth of that one, you know, where it landed. about 7, 5, deuce. Hey, that works though, you know what I mean? We're not upset about when those 7s come. That's funny how that happens too. You gotta like that. You gotta like it. No all tall, small BS, but you know. Just would have had to reload it up, I guess. Whatever. To that 6-1 earlier. Come on, roll. Corner shot. 5, 3, 8. Oh shit. Got a flipper. Little flipper on me there. Just the old sorry guys. That's why I called it out, 5 through 8. So point. I'm just slowly working across here, I guess. No 9s or 10s. 9s or 10s. 9s or 10s. 10. Oh. This is how I'm speaking it. That, look at this thing, man. It had just enough energy to roll a 10 hard. Right before that was on an 8. There's a 5-3 right here. There's a 3 right here. So I sat there and watched it. It was like sometimes stuff happens in slow motion, guys. For me, you know, this son of a gun, man. See, this one's like bam, up like this. This 3 was like this, up like that. So it would have been 5 through 8, you know. But that had enough energy that it flopped over. So we hit that 10 hard. Finally called it 10. Oh, you son of a bitch, it jammed it. Fuck you guys. Shit. Fucking jammed, man. Bullshit. I'm just trying to jump out of there, man. It sucked. Landed how I wanted to, but it just jammed up in there. Didn't have anywhere to go. You know what I mean? They were trying to run out to come off that, you know, that 6-1. You know. Dang it. Oh well. So anyway, out on that one, guys. A little fast banger. A little, you know, hitter and quitter real quick. What we got there? Okay. Is that a little 24 piece? A little 24 piece, I think. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 2, 3. Yeah, 24. Unless I missed something, but I got 24 right here. Looks like we had every hard way except the 6 hard way. Dominant, well, 5 4s, or 4 3, or 4 5s. 4 5s was the one, and everything else tripled out except the 10, you know. Tripled on the 7 because the 7 out. Haha, whatever. Some bitch, I was BS, man. It was sitting there trying to run and didn't have anything. It was like hitting the wall, you know, didn't have anywhere to go for the energy to run out to. It just got jammed up. But so anyway, 24 piece on the fast roll, guys. That's the fast one. So we're going to figure out we 6-1, 7 out on that one. This is the dice set we're using here. And if you notice where we're throwing this one, we're throwing with our hand like this. We're actually grabbing over top like this. Grabbing over top like this. See, you're over top. You know, same kind of thing. But see, notice the thumb is straight down. You know, it's on the edges. See, we're on the edges like that. See, I just use these because it's easier to show. Because my hands will, you know, suck up the, will golf the other dice. You know, so I think it looks a little better there. Clear to see. So that's how we did it like that. Boom. Flipped them out there. Same type action. Same type action. That's how we did right there. See, around the edge. Like that. It's the same action. It's the same. There's a 9. Funny. Finally threw a 9. After all that. So yeah, that's how we did that though, guys. That's how we did that. Yeah, keep in mind on your average. Let me shout at you, give you a holler for a minute here. What we got on this time here? Give you a little holler real quick. Not trying to take too much time of your time here, but spider right there. Yeah, you mean if I was saying earlier, I think I was saying this video earlier. You don't have to have a table. You know, you can have a throwing box. A box you throw into, you know. I mean, imagine if that was just a wall and just like a little, you know, imagine if down here wasn't the table. You know, it can be just a little, like, little desk. You know what I mean? Like the little desk that you can get, you know, just a little, you know, desk table or a little, you know, those little thing, something bigger than, you know, something that's it's going to be a little bit sturdy. You know, that way you can set up on top of it. You can just put like, can't give you the dimensions right now, but you know, you can probably, you know, maybe make your walls probably, you know, take walls, just real simple deal. You know, take, you know, I'm trying to think here. Yeah, you could take like a little thin piece, a board for the backing, just a little thin piece of board for the backing. You know, make it probably about, I don't know, maybe 2 foot wide, maybe, you know, 2 to 3 feet wide, probably like 3 foot wide, probably 3 foot wide, you know, would be, you know, 36 inches would be fine, you know, 2 to 3 foot, yeah, because 2 foot would still get you, you know what I mean, you're just going to have a tighter, and that's how I started out, you're just going to have a tighter, and I think it's good for you, you're going to have a tighter throw to begin with, you know, because you don't have all the open space to throw in. You know, you're trying to avoid. What you'll notice is when you know, make like a little box, like you'll make it about 2 foot, you know, wide. You know, so it's like 2 foot. You know what I mean? Like 2 foot, boom, like this, and you know, up against your wall, and you know, you get you get like the little thin walls. You can get the little, you know, sheet, whatever it is. Not these big, you know, like what I have on here, and you know, that kind of thing. These big thick things that hurt your hands when you hit them. But you know, like the little thin, you know, you know, thin walls like that. You know, something real simple and basic that you can throw up. You know, maybe a foot tall, you know, or a foot and a half, whatever. You know, you might even want 2 feet tall. You know, might just make it like 2 foot tall, and get you a little, you know, strip of board that's 2 foot tall. You know, you want your sides to be the same height, about 2 foot tall. Then your back to be about the same height. You know, get you a little thin thing. You know, just thin sides. You know, maybe a foot tall by 2 foot in length. You know, maybe a foot tall, you know, or 2 foot tall, and 2 foot in length. You know, 2 by 2. You know, like that. 2 foot by 2 foot. 2 foot tall by 2 foot, like that, or you know, whatever. Or, you know, foot and a half, whatever. I don't know, 18 inches. You know, by 24 inches long. 18 tall by 24 inches long. Whatever you want. You know what I mean? Make both of them the same. Then have the back one connect. You know, real simple. Just real simple. You know, and you know, you can start off right there. You know, that'll give you just a little throwing station. You know what I mean? On top of your little, whatever it might be, something that's going to be flat. You know, like I just keep thinking like an old school desk or table. You know, something that you can just fit it on there and you can set it up anywhere. And just make sure you get your proper distance. You know, make sure you get your proper distance. That's how I used to throw. You know, I would make sure I had my proper distance, and then I had a throwing station. You know what I mean? Like that was a receiving station, and I had a throwing station where I'd set up and I'd lean over, you know, and throw like that. So, but you can have, you know, you can start off with just that to throw in, and you can lean over whatever, you know, start off with. Then eventually get you a gator back. You can order it. I don't, you know, whatever. They don't pay me money, but Amazon, you know, you can order Amazon, or there's other places online, you know, whatever. You know, because I'm, you know, not trying to really support Bezos. He's taking over everything. But yes, that's what you want to get though, man. And you know, I'm gonna put up some old footage, man. I don't mean to be lazy, but you know, it's not that I'm lazy, but you know, I'm like, you know, breaking off these videos, man. Had to take the one down yesterday because you know, I messed up, man. Big shout out to the viewer who I think it was D something. I can't remember the name. If I got it wrong, I apologize, but I thank you for letting me know that about the Altal on that, because I'd researched it and everything like that, and I didn't realize that I needed all those numbers. So you know. Sorry about that, guys. So I pulled that shit down quick. So I'm real with it. You know what I mean? I didn't know, although I did hit The tall, though, I did hit the tall part of that. So, so we're going to do another video called Fast 500. We'll see that. We'll probably be breaking that down next. But you can do that for your throwing station, and work it out like that. Practice, minimum hour a day, and I hear you, Ice City. I know, you feel that you should, have multiple dice sets, things like that. I'm not knocking how you feel or anything, but, because I got nothing but love for you. Appreciate you viewing, that, and commenting. But I just think, because I read Dominaire's book, a couple books there, when I started off years back there, a couple years back, and, it boxed me in, it really kind of paralyzed me thinking like, well, just one throw. Because, with the one throw, I would have times of, like down times when I'm not throwing well, and then I really didn't have anything else to go with like now. You know what I mean? Like over the past, whatever. That's why, have multiple. I just think that someone new starting off should have, a couple, three different ways they throw the dice. That might be asking a lot of them, but, I don't think so. If they're real serious about it, if they're not serious, and that's for people who want to be, like bone thrower status, dangerous arm, just kill you status, you know what I mean? Like silly. So, that's why I say that, because I'm thinking that people want to get, really nasty, throw, multiple numbers, under 10 reps, thinking about lifting, under 10 rolls, but smash them. That's what I'm thinking. Trying to get people to that point. But, a little Sprite here. Wet my whistle. Yeah, I really feel strongly about that, because I know for a fact that will help people's SRR. And I understand that if you're having a bad day, you're having a bad day, but I just can't let that happen, because I found out another way that, if one's not lazy about it, and they do pursue, not calling anyone lazy, I'm just saying, you know what I mean? If you have multiple grips with multiple sets, one grip might be faded, you're sitting there putting in work, half an hour, you're like, it's sucking, it's not working right. So, hey, you just, just to refresh, just to be fresh and keep rolling, because we're maniacs about rolling, that's when you pull out one of your other ones, and you throw that, and then, you fool around with that, and then a lot of times you'll be like, whoa, hold on a second, CK is on some shit. No, I'm just, I told everyone that because that's I think, that's one of my secrets to staying consistent. You guys have heard me say that. You'll see me each day, like the stack grip, I'll stay with it, things like that. But, I use different grips, on a regular basis. And it all depends, like I said, what's working or what's, what's best for my hand for that day. Because a lot of times, see, I'm trying to appeal, to everyone and really reach out to those. Because I really have a, kind of a sensitive spot, I guess you could say, for those who, have out there been working with their hands and, or have hands that have had a lot of work on them, so mileage, so, they're not going to be as consistent every day in their hand because their hands might be arthritic from time to time. So that's going to be hard as shit to be consistent. And that's what I've drilled down to in dice control, and I've never ever heard anyone talk about that. I haven't heard anyone talk about that kind of thing. I've heard me talk about it because I experienced it myself in my hands, punching stuff and this and that. And I'm still going through my hand trying to heal up from punching the thing. I mean, you can see right here how that first knuckle's, plenty. It's I mean, it's like that kind of normally, but you see right there. Yeah, whatever. I mean, but just saying, sometimes we're ignorant and stupid, so we need these multiple ways to throw and or the left hand working for us. Which I have the left hand working also. I'm just saying, I like to be covered. That's why, I call it craps hacking. Because it wouldn't be craps hacking if you only had one different, or one way of throwing the dice. You know what I'm saying? Craps hacking is being able to, run the table, to me, multiple ways of beating up on them. The casino. True CK. True casino killer. You know what I mean? And I'm not the only CK. You know what I mean? Obviously. You know what I mean? mean, you guys are out there. You're doing it. I mean, we got some people coming up in the ranks. I love seeing it, you know. Shout out to my man 7 Out Cloud. You know, he's been working his stack grip. It looks like it's working well. My man Robert Reed, like he said, he's loving it too. I mean, you know, and if I'm missing anyone, I think I said he likes it too. Wizard was talking about the stack grip. I mean, we have people out there that are working the stack grip that just, you know, and I know it doesn't appeal to everyone. I'm trying to get to everyone as far as, you know, I mean, you can't make everyone happy, and I'm not trying to make everyone happy. What I want to try to make sure, like I've said before in our videos, you know, I want everyone to be able to get something out of our videos. You know what I mean? It's not just dice control, man. I mean, this is much deeper than dice control. You know what I mean? That's why I call it craps hacking. I know that bothers some people because it's not traditional. You know what I mean? I try to back off of it sometimes. You know, I can understand that. You know what I mean? But I'm just, you know, I got to separate. I got to separate myself and others who want to be separated from the traditional, you know, dice controller craps player. You know what I mean? These are other levels we're reaching. You know, some might call it advanced, but I think it's well advanced. I mean, but anyway, we'll get to that another time though. But you know, because I don't want to be affiliated with craps player. You know, fuck that. You know what I mean? You know, we're talking about hacking this game. You know what I mean? Your hand's hurting, it's all beat up. You know, whatever, because you're stupid. Well, you got to go with the other one. You know, well, that's hacking. That's what I'm talking about. It doesn't matter. I guess some people will call mastering the game, but you know, craps, it's a difficult thing to master because, you know, you're talking about rolling bones, man. So, you know, the best we can really do is try to keep our average, you know, the highest we can, which, you know, our winning percentage average. Not our SRR, but our winning percentage. When we're at the casino and we're winning. You know, we really like to be 9 to 10. 85% is good, but we want 9 out of 10 guys. You know, so if we're rolling shitty, if you have a way to throw at your place before you go to the casinos, you're able to warm it up, kind of get a feel for how your arm's going. Because if you're throwing for hours a day, you're going to know. So if you're hot that day, you're going to be on. If you're on, you're on. It just is what it is, okay? It is what it is, and you guys are putting in the time. You know exactly what I'm talking about. I know it's stretching out, but you know what I'm talking about. So, you know, if you're on, you're on. So when you go to the casino, if you know you're on, you do what you need to do, get in there, put your work in. You know, if you know you're not on and you're still going to the casino, well, you know, you need to tread lightly. You know what I mean? You know, you need to tread lightly and not put as much money, you know, and I'm not lecturing anyone. I'm just, you know, good information to just rehash over, you know, is, you know, bet light, bet easy. You know what I mean? If your bet isn't strong that day, or if your roll isn't strong that day. If your roll is strong that day, and you'll know, you know, you got to let yourself know. And that's why you have to roll and know yourself. Because you'll know that, then you can capitalize when you're at the casino, and it really counts. When it really counts. When it really counts, when you have to be able to, you know, manage the adrenaline, manage your money, manage the dice, you know, handle your situation in the crowd, get in the zone, everything you need to be doing, staying focused, having your mind on that level of making money and letting go. You know what I mean? Letting go of thoughts of losing. You know what I mean? Letting go of that shit. But hey, there's a lot to say about that kind of stuff, because I want to get in that a little more about the mindset, you know, and things like that. You know, because I think I can really help some people out there. You know what I mean? Because you really got to have a mind of steel for this game, guys. You know what I mean? And we have to either have a mind of steel and or a short-term memory. And or both. You see what I'm saying? I mean, you don't, you know, that's just the way I feel. You know, I'm glad to have a short-term memory, meaning, you know, you got to let go of losses, guys. You know, but if you're losing that day, no, you got to understand where you're at and get out of there. Don't play it silly. You know what I mean? Just be smart, and your average will stay up, and you'll keep your losses to a minimum. And that's what it is. You know, is minimizing, you know, the damage. When the damage is coming, minimize it. That's what you really want to do. Don't try to, you know what I mean? Don't try to overcome it. Try to minimize it. You know, try to minimize it. Because when you really start trying to overcome too much, you start reaching out there and you start getting out of your game. Just keep playing your game. You know what I mean? If it's not your day, it's not your day. That's okay. You know what I mean? You know, and give yourself a couple shots. You know what I mean? I don't, you know, like if I get hit, you know, twice, I'm out. You know what I mean? I'm not going to try to take, you know, get in there and maybe do a third hit. Although I might have came with, you know, 2 or 3 buy-ins. I'm not going to buy in the third time because it's like, because, you know, one thing you need to refresh. You know, I think you need to walk away and refresh. You know what I mean? Refresh, just let go of the game for an hour or whatever. You know what I mean? Because obviously something's not right. You know you roll good normally. You know what I mean? You can handle the pressure of the casino. It's not all that. It's not the money on the line. You can handle all these kind of things. You know, sometimes we came in and our mind just wasn't how it should be because we're actually thinking about stuff we shouldn't be thinking about, you know, which is stuff that doesn't pertain to the game. You know, our lead-in focus, because you need a lead-in focus when you come in. I got a lot to say, guys, and it's, we're not going to be able to cover it here, but we'll be getting back on live stream because I want to get into this lead-in focus. You know, it's important what you do on your drive to the casino.